Welcome to the Connecting with Your Higher Self meditation. We will be travelling through the dimensional portal which was channeled to me by the dragons. This portal is a place you can use to journey to any of the other dimensions and any of the other worlds. It's a space of endless possibilities. Your higher self may have answers for you, and spending time with them can have many aspects open up to you. They can greatly help with your intuition if you've lost some of the magic we all have inside of us. They can help you tap back into those gifts. They can help you find your purpose or to find out if you're on the right path. Essentially, it's like talking with our soul, as it's always been with us. It's like being who you are and who you will ever be. Try to find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed whilst you do this. If it does happen, know that you can start again and the magic will not be lost. You can come back to this at any time to work with your higher self. First of all, get yourself into a comfortable position. This can either be seated or lying down. Now take 3 gentle breaths in and out. Set the intention to breathe in positivity and breathe out any negativity you may be holding in your body. Let's do this now. Breathe in and out. Know you're safe and held as you do so. Let's start at your feet and breathe in, and as you breathe out, release any tension you may be holding there. Be thankful for your feet and the way they ground you to the earth. Moving upwards to your calves and shins, breathe in, and as you breathe out, release any tension you may be holding in your legs. Upwards still, we breathe into our thighs and pelvic region, releasing any tension we may be holding there. If it feels good to do so, you can place your hands on your stomach and feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly as you do this. Now breathe into your stomach and chest, releasing any tension we have sitting there. Feel into these breaths and know you're getting calmer and more centered as you do this. Let's focus on our heart space now and breathe in, and as we breathe out, release any emotions we're holding in our heart space which no longer serve us. Moving up to your shoulders and arms, breathe in and let out a sigh as you breathe out, removing any tension you may be holding there. Breathing in again, breathe into your head and neck, letting your face and jaw soften, releasing any tension you may be holding onto from your day now. Let's take one last gentle breath, and as we breathe out, remove any thoughts of your day from your mind and open up to endless possibilities. You find yourself on an old wooden bridge. As you walk over it, you can hear the water below babbling over smooth pebbles. It feels very calming and tranquil. Stepping off the bridge, you look ahead and realise you're in an ancient forest. It feels so old and wise, like it has been here since the world began. The sun is breaking through the canopy of trees, bringing in an ethereal light to the forest. As you look around the forest on your journey onwards, you see huge trees of ash, oak and elder. Their branches are covered in moss, and you can smell the damp earth of the woodland. You can hear birds chirping from their nests in the trees, and it makes you smile. The forest itself feels enchanted and like it's alive. This doesn't give you any fear, as it all seems so familiar like this is not the first time you've journeyed through here. Ahead on the path, you see rabbits hopping about playfully. They briefly stop their play and look at you, welcoming you to their forest home. As you look down, you realise you're on an old cobbled path, winding into the forest with ferns either side of you. You run your fingertips over the ferns, feeling them tickle as you do so. You start to follow this path deeper and deeper into the forest. The light is not quite so bright here, but you feel no fear. You can see a pool to your left with dragonflies dancing across the surface of the water. At least that's what they look like from this distance away. Could it be something else? As you travel further down the path, you see a ring of toadstools. Yes, there are fairies that have this forest as their home. You're certain of that now. You look down at a beautiful patch of bluebells growing on the forest floor and catch a glimpse of something out of the corner of your eye. It's an orb of beautiful translucent light, and it feels like it wants you to follow it. You venture off the path, starting to follow the orb now. You can feel tingles starting to move up and down your spine as you realise this orb is definitely leading you somewhere. Off in the distance, you realise you can hear giggles coming from the fairies of the forest. They're excited for you to take this journey too. Still following the orb, you see a tree larger than you've ever seen before coming into your vision. It is ancient, with gnarled branches and exposed roots. This tree is magical, and you can feel the power it has radiating off it. It feels like this tree has been here since even before the world began. The orb is moving slowly towards the tree, and you feel drawn to follow it. You realise as you draw closer to the tree, it has a natural doorway in it. The orb disappears inside this doorway. As you examine the outside of the tree, you realise there are carvings in the bark on the outside of it. Although it's not in any language you've ever seen before, you know what it means and that you have been in this exact place before. You run your fingers over the carvings and feel the magic that flows in them. You walk through the doorway into the tree. The orb is patiently waiting for you inside. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you notice some steps leading down further into the tree, into the earth itself. You take a deep breath and let it out, knowing there are 10 steps leading to the cavern below. The orb moves in front of you, lighting the way down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now inside the cavern, inside the tree. As you look ahead of you, you see a light. There's a portal here. It is glowing and translucent and has all the colours you can ever imagine in it. The portal is shimmering with what looks like starlight. The edges of this portal are the roots of the tree. They are wrapped around it in an intricate sign, almost holding it in place. The swirling energy of the portal draws you near. You have a knowing about this portal. It can take you wherever you so desire. You just have to set the intention in your mind. This is your gateway to all of the dimensions. You stand in front of the portal and set the intention to travel to the 12th dimension and meet your higher self. you take one long, slow, deep breath, close your eyes, and as you gently breathe out, you step through the portal and into the 12th dimension. You may feel an anticipation, or your energy might feel quicker as we step through the portal. This is all fine. This is quite a big shift in the energy from the 3rd dimension where you normally spend your time. This is perfectly safe to move into this frequency. Give your body a few seconds here to settle before we journey onwards. Now you're settled into this frequency, you find yourself walking forwards. You see an object in front of you. It's like a giant ornate mirror. It's edged with the most beautiful carvings and all in silver. It glints with the light of 1,000 stars. The glass appears to be misty, and you can't help stare at the beautiful framework and see the symbols carved all around the edges. The mirror feels like it has a warmth coming from it, and you feel a deep sense of peace and belonging. The mist starts to clear, and you see the beautiful reflection starting to form in it. You see yourself looking back at you, smiling, and it's the most beautiful and serene version of you that you have ever seen. This is your higher self. This is your soul. You are looking at the reflection of who you are, who you've ever been, and who you will ever be. You may want to ask some questions here, such as, am I on the right path? What am I here for? What is my purpose in this life? Do I have any gifts I may have forgotten? Can you help me remember? What is the next best step for me to take on my journey? Is there any clearing I need to do? Is there any healing I need to do? I will now leave you to spend some time with your higher self. If you feel drawn to, you may step through the mirror and meet your higher self. If there are any gifts or abilities you may have forgotten, Ask if these can be given back to you now. Is there any healing that needs to be done on a soul level? Ask if this could be done for you now. I then would like you to step forward and wrap your arms around your higher self and have a beautiful warm hug from them. If anything needs to be passed between you, allow this to happen now. If any emotions start to well up, simply let them out. You are in a safe place to do so. When you feel it's time, step back from your higher self and thank them for stepping forward to be here for you today. Know you can come back here as often as you would like to. When you are ready, step back through the mirror. Turn to wave goodbye to your higher self with the knowing that you got exactly what you needed from this meeting today. It's time to say farewell for now. You step back through the portal of the tree. You thank the portal for taking you to be with your higher self and count your way back up the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're at the entrance to the ancient tree now. Thank the tree for showing you the way to the dimension of your higher self, and know you can come back here at any time to visit this or any other dimension you choose to. This tree is the portal to all the dimensions. You step back into the ancient forest and start walking towards the bridge. You remember this route now. You realise you always knew the way here and you'd just forgotten it. You look around this ancient forest at the ancient ash, elder and oak trees and wonder, how many lifetimes have you walked through this forest? Your senses seem to have heightened and you can feel all the creatures of the forest. From all of the dimensions, they're all waiting for you to come back and visit with them. But for now it's time to leave the enchanted forest, and you see the bridge ahead of you and hear the sounds of the water below babbling over the smooth pebbles. You walk over the bridge and find yourself back in your body. Take some time to come back into your body, slowly moving your fingers and toes, stretching your arms and shoulders, taking a few deep breaths. When you're finally ready to, open your eyes.